Okay, so speaking of filling the cracks in your foundation or building your foundation, and also on the subject of order of operations, I want to show you what I do upon waking. It's a really great way to set my body, stimulate it, keep my joints flexible and structurally balanced. But I also use this as a warm-up for my workouts if I'm pressed for time, or even for space, or for resources such as I don't have my bands or my foam roller, or I'm in a hotel room or on vacation or outside. Back to the order of operations. If you feel you've missed something, we always tell you you're not behind. There's no such thing. And that's true. You need to give yourself a clean slate. You need to give yourself permission to be imperfect. And know that everything has its time, and everyone has its time. So I have often, as your guide and coach in Lean Eating, directed you back to a lesson that I feel is important for you at that time. I might go, oh, they missed the 5 whys. It wasn't their time at that time. They weren't ready, or what they were meant to learn, they're meant to learn right now, even if it's 6 months later. We've had lean eaters do certain assignments after they graduated from the program. Annie Casper is here on our team now, has been through lean eating very successfully before and is back to learn something more and different. And Annie can speak to this. She did an assignment after she graduated from lean eating because it was her time. Okay, so let's keep that in mind. What is yours to learn at the time will be yours. Okay, so what I want to teach you now is something that you can use if you want, when you want, how you want, is something that I called range of motion warm-ups. It's from a book called Super Joints. And what you do is you take your body, each joint, and take it through a range of motion. Okay? So when I start in the morning, the first thing I do is big arm circles. Now the recommendation is that you do the same number of reps for how old you are. The point is, the older you are, the more you have to keep your joints lubricated and active. As we're younger, we can get away with doing less. However, do I follow that? Am I aiming for perfection? No. I do about 10. And if a certain joint feels worse, like this shoulder is not so great from years of gymnastics and baseball, I do more on this side. And I keep doing it until it feels better and my range of motion is bigger and it just feels like I'm working the kinks out. Okay? And then I do some up and downs. I try and keep the arms locked. I'm not going to do them all. I'm just going to show you what I do. Then I go side to side and I let the hand slide up towards the armpit. But I don't force it. Some mornings I feel 90. Some mornings I feel 9. And everything in between. So sometimes I have to go slower. I've already done these this morning, so I'm a bit more mobile and lubricated in the joint, so these are easier. Then I do hip circles. I envision that there's a pencil hanging from the middle of my body and I'm drawing a circle with it, and I go in both directions. And again, if something doesn't feel so good, you want to do more of them. Okay? This will literally take you a few minutes. Now I'm doing my retractions with my shoulders. I generally don't look side. They're not good for the neck. Okay? Then I might do neck. My neck gets really tight because I spend a lot of time at the computer. And I'm here to help you through your tensions that sometimes can go into my body and my own tensions. And I have 3 movements for the neck. I have ear to shoulder, which I just did. And I have look corner to corner. And I try and look a little bit further each time without straining or stressing. I go chin to chest and look slight up. Chin to chest. This one's an achy one for me. Shoulder rolls are really important for me. I go into both directions. I do a lot more for my upper body than my lower body because I work at the computer. Love this one. Elbows come together. Oh, this one's tough. Again, both directions. So again, I do a lot more for the upper body than the lower body because my upper body gets a lot tighter. I tend to train my upper body more. I have more days in my workout week that are upper body dominant due to my goals and my preferences. And mostly, honestly, because of the amount of time I spend at a computer. So I try and get off the computer. I don't spend any more time than 3 hours at the max. This I call the waiter, like you're holding plates and then flip them under. And I do the twists, love the twists. Okay, and then I would come down to my lower body and I would do things like, I'm going to shift this down so you can see this. hips side to side. Okay, these are similar to your lateral squats, but I'm literally hipping the hinge joint over. There it is, hear that pop? And then I do knee circles, little tiny circles, other direction, and then in. I remember these from Taekwondo back in the day. And I do ankle rolls. I'm just going through these quickly, and I do squats. Okay, I'm not going to do all 10. And I do knee to chest. I'll show you this angle, hug my knee to my chest. I might go over to the side, show you from this angle. Okay, pulling it into the hip flexor. I might tap my elbow, or sorry, my hand to my heel. I might kick my butt. All sorts of things. Really love the squats. If I want to get a workout in, then I just keep doing a whole bunch of squats. These are air squats, so my hands go forward. Sometimes I like to put my hands up over my head if my shoulder's feeling tight, and do similar to overhead squats. Sometimes I hold my arms up this to do the squats. Then when I'm done, I come back to the body and I go, okay, where's tension still? Usually up here. So I'll do some more. Maybe I'll pull over and look up some of the stretches. And then I'll listen to my body like, okay, where do I feel tension still? And then I might grab my foam roller or a rolling pin at home and use that. So as you can see, that took about 3 minutes. Now, I'm not saying this is optimal, I'm saying it's optional. This is an example of setting yourself up for success and asking, what can I do? I'll never forget the conversation that I had with JB years ago, early in lean eating, when we were talking about change management, change philosophy, change psychology. And we were starting, well, we knew, but we were growing into lean eating being as much, if not more, about how to help people change than teaching about the nuggets of nutrition and exercise. The nuggets were essential, but we had to grow this garden underneath of change psychology. And JB said, it seems like we have 2 types of people that they can be categorized into. Can do, can't do. And I'm like, yeah, that's true. And I said, well, we can lighten their load. It's so simple to go from a can't do person to a can do. All you have to do is knock off the T. So if you were trying to do things perfectly to a T, that's going to set you up for can't do mentality. So drop the T and you become a can do person. So this is a great example of how you can do a warm-up even if you only have half an hour to get a workout in. I also recommend doing these upon waking. And again, more reps on the joints that feel icky for you. Some mornings you're going to need more time, you're going to go slower, but it'll set your body and your brain and your energy up for a great day, for the entire day to come, I guarantee you. So give it a go. Super joints. Talk to you soon. Got one more video. Something for Carolyn Bond. This is for you, Carolyn.